So, again, dear colleagues, good evening, everyone. It's Saturday, the 15th of November. We have our scheduled broadcast. Thank you very much for finding time to be here and for understanding that we've started an hour later due to technical reasons. So let's check our connectivity. Hopefully, you can see me. What about the sound? So Maya says we both see and hear you. Give me a score from 1 to 10. Well, someone gave me 12.5. Well, thank you very much for that. Everything is fine. Now we can start. We're not going to have a long meeting today. Dear colleagues, I will make an announcement of a couple of future meetings that we will have starting next week, and I explain the reason for those meetings. So it is the 15th of November, and in the next 2 weeks, we are planning to launch our long awaited, upgraded, updated platform, Micron Global. And before we launch it, I think all of our big client investors community to get ready. So it is my duty to inform you on many technicalities that might appear or questions that you might have when moving to the new platform. So I'm talking about difficult troubleshooting, different troubleshooting situations. So in order to make sure that everything is up to all the standards, we're going to have 4 meetings before December starts, which is going to be next Wednesday, Saturday. You can write it down immediately in your calendar. So it's 7 p.m. Moscow time on next Wednesday, or you know what? Regarding the time of the meeting, in some of the countries switched to the winter time or daylight saving time. So guys who are in the eastern hemisphere, I'm talking about Indian partners, Russian partners, Kazakhstan partners, so regions that are in the east that are ahead of us. So guys, is it okay for you to have it 7 p.m.? Because on Wednesday, because if we make it too early, then people will still be at work, and we still want those people to be present live. Of course, they can watch the recording, but it's better to be there live. So again, it's gonna be on Wednesday evening, and they will have to find time to watch the recording before next Saturday, so on. So someone says Minsk 2000. So 20 to 8 p.m. Okay. Colleagues from India, 7 p.m. Moscow time. Is it okay? Which is what, 9:30 Delhi time, New Delhi time. So it's kind of okay. So we have Suraj, Satish saying yes, yes. Dilesh says yes. So what do we have here? 2 8 p.m. is midnight in Vietnam. So let's keep it 7 p.m. Moscow time, which is 5 p.m. in Europe. In India, it's going to be 7 p.m. It's going to be 9:30. In Vietnam, it's going to be 11 p.m. So, yeah. So we will have meetings at 7 p.m. Moscow time. Okay, it's gonna be our regular scheduled time. So, to recap, on the 19th of November, we're going to have a meeting at 7 p.m. Then on the 22nd of November, 7 p.m. Then on 26th of November, it's 7 p.m. Moscow time, of course. And Saturday, 29th of November, it's 7 p.m. So we're gonna have 4 meetings. So those meetings predominantly will be dedicated to the events that will happen on the eve of the launch of the platform. Next meeting on Wednesday, I will give you the date. It's going to be either the 1st or 8th of December when the platform is launched. So we're right now doing the final tests and testing the architecture of the website. So colleagues, get ready. Soon you're going to have some good news. Next Saturday, on the next meeting, I will show you the back office. We will all go through it, see all the features, to see how you can sign up, and so on and so forth. So everything related to the main features of the updated website. So my task today was to make those important announcements for you for the beginning of December. And I have an urgent request to you and to those partners who will be watching the recording of this meeting. Please bring to that meeting as many people as possible, to those 4, the series of 4 meetings that we're going to have until the end of the month, to all those 4 meetings, because your task will be to make sure that you call everyone, inform them, all the partners in your team, to make sure they're there and hear and see all the information that we're going to provide them with. Next, friends, what I wanted to tell you, we received questions regarding the promotional offer commemorated to the rebranding. So we took note of it, and we are going to keep it until the transition to the new platform. It has been extended until the launch of the platform. In other words, if we launch on the 1st of December, then this promotional discount will be valid until the 30th of November. So I'm talking about the current promotion. So, and I can tell you with all the reassurance that once the Micron Global platform is launched, you're not going to enjoy such big discounts anymore. They will not be offered anymore. Alexander says, let's extend the rebranding promotion until the new year. We will have more clients. Well, look, Alexander, we're going to have a new promotion once the platform is launched, but the discount will be smaller. So currently, the biggest discount you can get is 144. And when the platform is launched, the discount will be reduced by around 30%. So right now, we have a unique opportunity to take advantage of this generous offer, because such discounts were in force many years ago, and they are very beneficial, and it is an opportunity for you to increase your investment portfolio by taking advantage of this offer. And also, it's an opportunity for you to increase or expand your team by telling them about this promotional offer. Because for your personal invitations, you're getting quite a generous remuneration. And if you invite people to your first line, the commission is quite high right now. And we're not going to have such high discounts until the whole financing round is over, is closed. So Alexander says, even if it's 30% lower, it's still going to be a very good offer. I agree, Alexander. Of course, when the platform is launched, the offer will be good. But right now, it's even better than it's going to be in, well, like 2 weeks. So early bird catches the worm, right? So please take into account and remember the achievements of the company that no one can dispute, no one can criticize, because there are objective results of the performance of the GTI group of companies over the recent years. Just take the recent achievements and events. This year, the first commercial project, Unilight, was launched in the Aquarel Park. Another achievement is the string transportation technology being recognized in Belarus uh, nationwide, and the R&D and the commercial for-profit organization received the R&D status, and also national standards were adopted for specifically for string transportation. And there is another commercial project in line in Belarus where the president's administration office placed the order for this new project. In other words, this is not just a business, some kind of a business ordering the transportation solution. No, it's the government that placed the order for this transportation solution. And the design bureau is now developing the design for eventually building and bringing into operation the second commercial project in Belarus. So what I'm driving at here is that it's yet another argument in favor of the viability of the transportation solution, and for you to activate yourself and to spread the word among people who don't know yet know about this technology, and who are not investors yet, who were on the fence and were on this waiting on the sidelines and haven't yet made a decision. A very good tool to help you in your efforts is our unique opportunity to use the augmented reality technology represented by Admix Reality app. And right now we're having a second focus group, a test group who are actively using it. Next Tuesday, we're going to have another meeting where we'll be talking about the marketing techniques of how to use that instrument. And based on the results of the second focus group, we'll be able to show you how effective, real cases of the effectiveness of this tool. Will show you the conversion rates of the partners who use that tool in their work. So, dear friends, I recommend you take a close look at that tool, because it's going to be the main marketing tool on our platform, because it is very effective. But I already talked about it during our meetings, and also we have some dedicated information about it and feedback from our partners who used it and achieved real results. There is a whole 10-minute video where our partners are sharing their cases and success stories. So probably we're gonna have a third focus group not very long from now. So just take a note of it, and remember that probably you will have also an opportunity to enroll in the third wave. And those partners who are already using it, friends, now you have a good head start compared to others to see the effectiveness of this app tool and derive the best benefits from it while you have this good offer on our RSW systems platform. Also, ahead of us, we have another meeting planned. In addition to the series of meetings that I already mentioned, we're going to have information from GTI company that I'm going to share with you regarding the future strategy and the next 10-year plan, how the GTI group of companies will strategize their work, what they will focus on, and what kind of role we can play in it, and what kind of a role crowd investing will play in it. There will be explanation about the 15th stage, and I already touched upon it. I started talking about it a year ago too, because I knew where it was all headed. It was a 15th stage in the originally designed program, but now the program is following a slightly different course, and you will see information about it on the official website of the company. And we will see that the decision that was taken was the best, wisest, and the most rational approach to future development, because it aims at the maximum commercialization and capitalization of the technology, and it spells only benefits and good returns for us. But I will tell you more about it during one of our future meetings. Probably it was going to be our third or fourth meeting out of those meetings that I've announced. So what else I wanted to say here? Currently, I recommend every partner of the RSW Systems platform should verify, if they haven't done it yet, or sign the document, the agreements that you have related to their purchases. Because I know some of our partners haven't yet finished paying their installments. And by the way, I would like to remind you about it. Right now, you can take advantage of the current discounts if you haven't finished your previous obligations on your previous installment plans for the previously purchased packages. And you can take the money that you already paid and use it towards new packages. And this way, you will be able to resume your installment, and probably you will get even better discounts. So for the packages that you purchased but haven't finished paying, I'm sure the agreements haven't been yet signed and concluded. And if you finish paying for those packages, then you will need to sign those agreements, conclude those agreements to have your name included in the shareholders registry. As for the certificates we have on our platform, starting this month, we will stop sending the certificates, physical certificates, because on the new platform, Micro Global, the certificates will be in your back office. And when an investor makes a purchase, they will get the extract from the registry, but automatically the data from the registry will be integrated in the certificate that will be in your back office in this dedicated section of your portfolio. And you will be able to download it and print it out if you want to. Or you can keep a digital version on your computer or on a memory stick, so you won't need to have it actually delivered to your homes. So colleagues, I would like to inform you that starting the 4th of November, we're not delivering physical paper certificates anymore. There are several reasons for that, because the biggest reason is the geopolitical situation in the country, and we simply cannot physically deliver those copies to some countries. And as for legal reasons. The certificate, paper certificate, has no legal force. What I mean here is that the main document here is the extract from the registry, and the certificate is just a copy, a paper copy with the information on it. And you might spoil it, I don't know, put some water on it or coffee, and it will get destroyed. And it doesn't mean that you lose your rights. No, you still have your name in the shareholders registry, proving your right to own the shares, but a certificate for some people is just something to look at, to put in a frame and hang it on the wall. That's it. Satish says, so bad news. You mean bad news that we're not delivering certificates anymore? It's not bad news. You can print it yourselves. We will have an updated design of the certificate. It will look nice. There is nothing bad about it. It will be in your back office. If you want to, you can download it and print it out yourself. So once you purchase the pre-IPO shares, your name is added to the registry, and then an automatically generated certificate will be in your back office. That's it. You download it in PDF and you print it out. That's it. You use it. So colleagues, I don't think it's bad news. Just take it with understanding. So the question from Raisa: what if I have an unfinished installment plan in RSW systems? Well, I mentioned it already, but I will give you more details, all the technical details during my future meetings. But let me tell you this about the installments. All the installments, current installments on the RSW systems will still be payable on the RSW systems. However, once the Micron Global platform is launched, you won't be able to make new purchases on RSW systems. That's it. So platforms will exist at the same time. So old purchases will still be available on RSW systems for quite a long time, not even 1 year, longer. And every partner will be able to go there and use all the features on that platform, download their extract from the registry, etc., etc. You just won't be able to make new purchases. So if you still have outstanding obligations on the old platform, you will be able to meet those obligations. First, we wanted to give you a chance to finish your installments on the new platform. But then we realized that it's not going to be optimal. And in order to optimize the performance of the platform, we decided not to do it, because sometimes there might be some desynchronization or problems related to the synchronization between the two back offices. So, to recap, all the new packages will be available on Micron Global, kind of you starting from scratch, and all the old packages, yet unfinished, will be payable on the old platform. As for the referral commissions for the installments, yes, they will be accumulating, and you will be able to use those commissions to purchase the current high discount packages. And again, let me remind you, we're not going to have such high discounts anymore compared to what we have now. So friends, currently, this is it regarding the information from me, because I wanted to first announce the upcoming meetings. The topics of those meetings will be dedicated to the new platforms and platform and its features. Also, there will be a meeting on the GTI company. There will be a document published about the next 10-year development. It's going to be a meeting 1.5, 2 hours long, and be ready for it. We're going to give you some very serious information, and we need to be very responsible about it to make sure that you understand and interpret that information correctly to avoid the mistakes of the past when people unfortunately mistook or misunderstood the information and misinterpreted it. So we're going to have a very tight schedule next week, next couple of weeks. And also I wanted to tell you, dear colleagues, that next time I'm going to announce a closed meeting that will be about giving you some exclusive information about how you can start building your partnership network in the most efficient way. And I'm going to give you that information, I think, next Wednesday regarding the closed meeting. And that meeting will be of interest to our active partners who are actively raising funds for the string transportation technology. And it's going to be very important for this category of partners. So Dmitry says, what? Please keep the internal transfers in RSW systems. Well, look, Dmitry, let's not jump the gun here. I will tell you everything about what features will still be kept, what features will be removed, and everything related to it. Gold Jan says, I suggest we extend the increased discounts 144 until the end of 2025 and until the January the 15th, 2026. Well, unfortunately, we can't because it's already set in stone. We already have programmed, coded the new promotion on the new platform. So it's not reasonable to keep the same discount, very good discount, for a long period of time. The company has already shown a lot of generosity. So let's not be too greedy, okay? Okay, colleagues, this is it from me. The main work will start and the main information will be given starting next week on Wednesday. So we still have 2 weeks left until the end of the month, until the end of the promotional offer, rebranding offer. So let me repeat again, do not miss out on this opportunity because ahead of us, we have the year 2026, 2027. It's when the string transportation technology, and this is based on my intuition, on my gut feeling, the biggest scaling up will start. And when the scaling up will start, the new projects will be popping up like mushrooms after the rain. And it will directly influence our returns on our investments. That's especially for those who started early. So the events of 2026, 27 will be a big, big factor. So this transition from innovation to investment project is very important because right now it's a fully investment driven project. And it's not an innovation startup anymore. And that transition is a very big milestone. And what we can do is to support this technology through our crowd investing efforts. And I will talk about it more during our future meetings. What I wanted to emphasize here is that we should take the best advantage of the current discounts. The difference between discount 100 and 144 is quite big. It's almost 50%. So imagine you have 100,000 pre-IPO shares for $1,000 or 144,000 pre-IPO shares for $1,000. And now let's jump to the year 2028 when the company starts generating several billion dollars per year. And of course, the returns, the dividends will be paid based on how many pre-IPO shares you have. The more shares you have, the bigger your returns. But please do not take my words like if I said 2028, it will happen in 2028. We're talking theoretically here. So compare the returns based on 100,000 shares and the returns on 144,000 shares. Of course, it's almost 50% more if you have 144,000 shares. If you purchase the packages at the current discount, 144, because in December, January, the discount is going to be lower. And we're talking about dividends, but also imagine if the company launches its IPO, and those shares will also be for sale. You can sell those shares in addition to receiving your dividends, so you can decide. Or for example, the company might run into a big investment fund that will buy it out, and then the company will start offering the buyback. In other words, buy your shares back from you. So the more shares you have, the bigger your potential returns. Doesn't matter if it's going to be an IPO or a dividends or it's going to be buyback of shares. Doesn't matter. And those scenarios are not mutually exclusive, meaning that it's either A, B, or C. No, it can go together. It can be both A, B, and C. So guys, we have 2 weeks left only until the end of those good discounts. Well, probably 3 weeks if we start our platform on the 8th of December. But I will give you the exact date next Wednesday or next Saturday at the latest. We're doing our final tests right now. We will get the feedback from our IT guys, and we will know for sure when we are going to cut the ribbon and launch the platform and give access to your back office. Okay, friends, we can call it a day right now. We had a very short yet productive meeting. So do inform your partnership network, your colleagues, your partners about it so that as many people are present next Wednesday, next Saturday, next Wednesday, next Saturdays of this month. So have a nice evening, dear friends. Have a nice Sunday tomorrow and use it to the best of your and abilities. And just don't forget the time is ticking, clock is ticking, and don't miss on the opportunity. So stay in good mood and see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Moscow time. Bye bye.